What's going on, guys? Archie here. Today we're going to do a ranking video of the top 5 worst communities in video games. This list only includes individual video games, not developers, not publishers, not the consoles themselves, but video games themselves, the communities of individual video games. Starting things off at number 5 is Rainbow Six Siege community. In Rainbow Six Siege, team killing is just as normal as common killing in the game of any players. You can be team kill for no reason, you can be team kill for being a solo player that got teamed up with a full group. The Siege community also likes to teabag anything that they kill, including their own teammates. It's just a very strange, a very dysfunctional community in a game that's very team oriented. It's a very team based game. Your success depends on your entire team. Yet it's just a terrible community when it comes to both the teams and just if you're like in a competitive match, the other team also will just be a bunch of douchebags. Like this as a whole, it's just a very bad community. Number 4 on this list is the Destiny community. This community is filled with dickheads and tryhards. You get guys that thinks it's funny to get teammates killed, be it by blocking them from entering somewhere, causing an enemy to just kill them, or running you over with a sparrow, to kill you that way. Destiny players also like to ignore revives, and if you're a solo player or a new player, good luck on the forums trying to find a raid team or someone to strike with through Crucible with. There's a lot of tryhards on the forums, and no one will really assist you unless you are, a certain light level or thing of that nature. And the Destiny community is very, I want to use the word toxic, because there's just so much going on with Destiny, and a lot of the players are just, bandwagon guys who they go to YouTube and Reddit and they try to like figure out like what's the most overpowered setup to use in Crucible. So you have those tryhard dickheads. Destiny is just filled with a lot of dickheads. Like it's not like Siege where people are just team killing just for the sake of it. You do get team kills in Destiny, but for the most part, it's just a lot of dickheads and douchebags in Destiny, and that's why it's number 4 on the list, because those are more irritated team killers. At number 3 on the list is the Dark Souls community. Now, the Dark Souls community is a mixed bag. It can be the worst community of all time, or it can be the best community of all time, depending on how the community itself is feeling on that particular day. Because the Dark Souls community just sways back and forth like a pendulum. It's never the same on any given day. What makes the community bad? Well, ganking. Ganking has become so bad in Dark Souls 3. Not only does the host get 3 friends, he can also summon a Red Phantom that's also his friend that will help him out and with enemy fights. And if they happen to get invaded, that person can also try to get the illusion that they're helping out the invader, but just turn around and take out that invader with their buddy phantoms. And that's a squad of players ganking bosses, ganking invaders, and it's just kind of like something that's not overall good. And it's not like they'll 1v1 invaders. No, they swarm and they destroy them. So you also get invaders that use that one ring that allows you to appear as a friendly phantom. They trick players into thinking that they're about to help them out in any given area or boss fight, and then stab them in the back before they can get to the boss wall. There are some communities like to also use gimmicky builds, be it like overpowered builds or gimmick builds, where full Havel said the Dragon Slayer and actually the Dark Blade, or those 2 Japanese swords. I don't really remember what they were called, but overall, the Dark Souls community, like I say, it can go back and forth between being a community that's very good, very humble, very like upstanding, or it can be a community where it's just like the most irritating tryhards, most irritating gimmicky builds and gank invasions, being invaded by multiple invaders, or being an invader. You get into a situation where you face a lot of players, or just people who just they don't play the game in any capacity of the way it was designed to be played. Coming in number 2 on this list is Smite. Probably didn't see it coming, or maybe you did. Who knows? But this mobile game has one of the worst communities in gaming. Smite is filled with players that don't want to play the game the way it's meant to be played, douchebags that don't care about the fact that this is the team game, players that abuse broken mechanics and exploits. Bottom line is Smite's community is very, very, very toxic. You get players who they'll play a game mode like Arena where roles are very important, and they'll just use one person. The first person will pick a mage, and then 3 other people pick a mage. It's like, okay, now I got 4 fucking mages. Then another person just goes and picks a freaking hunter or assassin. It's like, okay, so now we just have a team full of squish. So it's just people. It's Smite. They play the game the way They just go out and pick a god and just go with that. They don't play it the way it's supposed to be played. They don't play it to benefit or cater to each other's teams. They don't cater it. They don't play as a team, and that's kind of it kills the overall experience of the game because the community is just so ignorant and so selfish in a team-based game. And that means it's the like I love Smite. Don't get me wrong about that, but the community itself is just the community is terrible. It's a very terrible community. Finally, on our list of the worst video game communities, Call of Duty. Now, this has to be like the most predictable. Number one, you have to start something from a mile away, maybe 3 planets away. The Call of Duty community is notorious for how bad it is. You get players that create emblems depicting black people getting hung, swastikas, sex, dicks, KKK. It goes on and on. Like this is the reason why a lot of games don't have the same level of customization when it comes to your emblems as Call of Duty does, because they want to avoid that stuff. They want to avoid these sexual like girls being came on and things like that. They don't want that in their games. In Call of Duty, you can do that, and it's just insane. Then you have like the sexist, the racist, and the bigots that are in the lobbies. You can't play a Call of Duty match without someone in the game saying something racist or something sexist or something about gays. Me as someone who happens to be black, if a person in the lobby finds that you're black, they just you're gonna hear the N word every second you do anything. Like you get a kill, that N word got a kill. You die, that N word died. You're not gonna stop hearing it. It's insane. And just like others on this list, community likes to take advantage of exploits and broken mechanics, all the while playing the game like a huge group of cowards and like the biggest group of cowards in video games. The Call of Duty community is just it's a terrible community. That's not saying that everyone in the community is terrible. There are some people who are pretty stand-up people. But for the most part, this is a notorious community. The community is very well known for being this hateful, this disgusting community that's extremely sexist and extremely racist, and just so much derogatory things being said over Call of Duty games because the community just that bad. Anyways, guys, that's my list. Do you agree or disagree? I'm sure there's some people who have their own opinions on each of the things I mentioned in this video. So go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I do want to say before I wrap it up, this is just my opinion. It's not like I went to like a web page and like got everyone's thoughts and whatnot. It's my opinion on what me personally, based on the games I've played, the communities I've experienced, on what the worst communities are in video games. You yourself, I can't stress this enough. This does not mean that any of these games are terrible games. It doesn't mean that any franchise that I mentioned in this video are terrible. Like I said, Dark Souls is one of my favorite games. Smite is I love that game, but they're on this list. They're on this list because they do have toxic communities, and that's the point of this video, is to talk about the toxic communities in video games. So I do hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching. Enjoy your day.